4. Okay? Now, okay, that's page 9. Okay, regarding this exercise, please, page 9, May, June 2006, exercise 4, the note taking. Everyone is opening the book. Sorry? Okay, we are supposed to be answering in brief answers, please. If you're going to write more, you might be writing a distracted. And if you wrote a distracted with the answer, you're going to be penalized. Make sure you are writing only the answers. Okay? Now, problems associated with landfill sites. It is essential. That's it. Okay? So brief answers are needed. Now, if you're going to talk about problems, talk about problems only. Talk about problems only. Don't write something else. For example, the other question, ways to help manage waste. Some people might switch the answers. And this is going to be nonsense. You're not going to be taking the mark if you switch the answers. False. Okay, so please, you have to make sure that you're writing brief answers and making sure, Adil, that you are not writing something which is not related to the problems of the landfill site and you're writing managing wastes in here. If you're doing this, even if your answer was right, you're not going to take the answer. They are going to reduce the mark. Okay? Now, why? You're asking why? Because you're writing something that's not related to the answer. If you're writing, for example, ways to help manage waste in here, so this is not related to the problems associated with the landfill sites. So what does it mean why? Fine. Okay, make a pass, please. False. Okay, open page 23, that's October, November 2006, exercise 4, the note taking. Now what we're supposed to be finding is the physical characteristics shared by gorillas and humans. What do I mean by the word physical characteristics? Circle the word physical characteristics, please. It's the qualities. What do we mean by physical characteristics? How do we differ from one another? Okay, there is something that we can see, okay, this is what we call physical, fine? Now, if you wrote blood type and number of hairs, you got the mark, because there is nothing else that you're supposed to be writing in the physical characteristics. Now, let's go to the second question, which is equipment used to furnish couples accommodation. Now, excuse me? Okay. Now, what do I mean by the word equipment? What do we mean by the word equipment? Objects, tools, furniture, whatever you're going to use in accommodation. Okay, used to furnish couples accommodation. So used to support the place. I'm supporting the place by what? By the bed, by blankets, by barrel, curtains, choice. Okay, what do we need in the room? Or what do we need for the accommodation? Okay? Now, those are the answers that you're supposed to be writing. If you wrote bed in one answer and then you wrote another answer like nest of blankets in another one, you're going to take 1 for it. 1.
I wrote curtains, nest of blankets.
Fine. Fine. So you're going to take 2 marks. Now, how Coco was first taught sign language? Okay, now you're supposed to be really cautious in finding the answer. Fine? Placing fingers in position. So this is the first thing. We're talking about sign language. Okay? And rewarding with food. So this is the first thing because I'm rewarded by food. So and I'm dealing with the sign language. Yes. I can't hear you clearly. Please, can you repeat?
I wrote placing its fingers in correct positions of the words.
Just a second, Mrs. Sally, there's kind of humming and I can't, you're distracting us. Thank you, dear.
Placing its fingers in correct position of words.
Okay, so this is 1 mark. The other one?
No,
Okay, so you got it. Okay, now this is the answer of this exercise. Okay, can you please get it all together so they can see all the answers? So here are the answers, 3 answers or 3 questions. Make sure that you write them all. English, please. Yes? Okay, so you're going to lose how many marks? 2 marks. Okay, because here we have 3 questions. Each question you're supposed to be writing 2 points for. Okay, each 2 points under that heading for 2 marks. Okay, please write the answers and read it again at home. Okay, are we done with the coming exam?
Yes, page 37 is wrong.
Okay.
And correct.
Pause.
So that.
Okay, now you're supposed to be answering October, November 2007, page 51. Note taking. Please, I want you to focus while answering. Underline the keywords while you're reading first the questions. Don't forget to read the directions because it is essential to read the directions before dropping into answering any question in the exam. Thank you. Start. Pause. Okay, let's start. This is the October, November 2007 exercise 4. Now, this surfing one, the first question is development of the sport. If it can read. So yeah, so you can read. Development of the sport. Actually, you are guided. Can you please enlarge the? Yeah. Here. Okay. Now, can you see this part, which is part of the answer? This is what the examiner wants you. He's guiding you on how to give the answer. Okay. So actually, when the examiner is giving you partially one answer, he's just telling you where is the place. So search in that place. Okay, fine? This is number 1. Number 2, now development of the sport started in early development. What does it mean, the word development? No, when I develop something.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you in Arabic. Okay, but as long as you don't know the word in English, you don't know it. As long as you are expressing the word in Arabic, you don't know it. Development. This is kind of rising in something, okay, or progression in something, okay. When I say actually year 9 BB is they developed a lot in their writing tasks. On the writing tasks. This means that they are progressing, that they have improved, right? Now, it's stated in early 20th century with giant kite and rowing boat. So they wrote for you the first answer. Now, there are 2 answers that are required as well. Now, one of them, or the 2 of them, requires writing a date, okay? 1986 for a sports line kite, okay? And 19, so they want the development, the date of the development of this sport. So you have to mention all or how did it start. Okay, Adil? Okay, so this one, when I have this word development, I have to know initially how did it start. Initially, how did it start? From the beginning. Okay, whether they are giving you dates, whether they didn't give you dates. So it depends on how did this start. Okay, so the word development, you're supposed to be knowing many synonyms for it. Please circle the word development and try to find as many synonyms for it. It is essential for you. Circle it. Now the second one, description of modern sporting kite. Description. The word description here. Someone here asked me, do I write describing words? Do I write adjectives? It depends on the question actually. Description of modern sporting kite. Now, if I'm going to highlight this modern sporting kite and start searching for the description in the text, yeah? Yes, so the first one, it is super tough. Indestructible. Nine. Fine. One of them, why? Because if I said it is indestructible, so it is a little bit tough, it is hard. Harsh. I can't tell you because it is the answer. You're supposed to think. If you wrote both, it's okay because talking about easy or it is easy to be penetrated, vice versa, a distractor, fine? If they are talking about something to compare, for example, this is not a distractor, fine? So both are okay if you wrote it. Yes.
أول حاجة أخذ البلد first والكيمياء والسبورت ستارت دي ماشي. المشكلة في المعادين.
Speak English.
The problem is in the I wrote in 1998 canoe was replaced with surfboard and the license was obtained to make the new form surfboard.
That's fine. It is right, but no need for the second part. Yes, the last part. If you wrote the replaced by the surfboard and that's it. Because this is what they want, yes. Yes, no, not distracting, but it is not needed. It is extra. Extra and not needed, but it is not a distractor. Okay? Fine. You're talking about the development. So this part is talking about the development. Okay, now let's go to the description once more, please. When I'm done with something and I explain it, raise your hands if you need to say anything in this part. Because the instant I start the second part, I don't want to get to the other part, okay? Now, description of the modern sporting kite. As we said this part, okay? If you wrote this, if you wrote both, it's okay, you're going to be rewarded the mark. Fine, because they have the same meaning. What about the second one? Sail areas of 25 square meters. Description, I'm describing the modern sporting kite. Fine? This is kind of description. Fine? So I'm talking about the sail areas. I'm describing the part of the sail areas. So this is kind of description. Again, I'm describing here that I'm saying no frames to be damaged about the modern sporting kite. So there is no frames for it. Okay? Another one which is controlled by many strings or lines. Another description. Okay? So you're going to get the word which is, as I told you, underline the key word, Yusuf Amr, that you need to find the answer in the passage, okay? Like this, you will be capable of getting the right answer and you're going to avoid the distractor. Any problem with the description? Who got it right? All of it? Brilliant. Yasin M. But what's this? This is right. Mustafa Fatih.
Keep in mind that they're only asking for two.
Yes, they are asking for two, so you can only get two out of those, okay?
And considering there was usually no distractors like that and that one.
Sometimes, some people they write distractors.
But there is no distractor.
Yeah, there is no.
There is no distractor.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yes, you should say me. Top, you wrote top. The first one? Okay, did you? Okay, fine, but it is super tough. Okay, please, make sure that when you take an adjective, you rate it all, okay? Now the third one, which is controlling the kite, learning to use the control bar. Okay, how am I going to control the kite? So use the control bar, body training, controlling kite to direction of wings or powering up, coordinating kite and body on board. If you wrote any of those are 2 marks, right? Yes. If you wrote any of those 4, you got the mark. Yes. Think of it. Now this is the listening. This is time for listening, please. Okay, this is the listening time. You're going to answer October, November 2015, variant 2. Open page 25 in your listening book. Please, what I do ask for is that you concentrate. You're going to hear each question twice. Okay? Each question twice. So please, as much as you can, read the directions thoroughly. Underline the key words which is going to help you while you're listening to write your answer. Listening requires high focus, very high focus. If you did not train on it now, believe me, you're going to have a challenging time in it during the exam. Please, work as hard as possible. You're not allowed to speak during the exam at all, even if you have the answers. The second time is going to guarantee that you are right carefully. Revise your answers. Even during any pause, read once more. Okay? Start.
بس ينفع نحط المايك جنب السماعة؟
Yes.
November Examination Series
November Examination
2015.
Series 2015.
English as a second language.
English as a second language.
Courtier. Listening
Courtier.
comprehension.
Listening comprehension.
Welcome to the exam.
Welcome to the
In a
exam.
moment, your
In a
teacher is going
moment,
to give out
your
the question
teacher is going to
papers.
give out the question
When
papers.
you get your paper,
When you get
fill
your
in your
paper,
name,
fill in
centre
your
number,
name,
and
centre
candidate number on
and
the front
candidate number
page.
on the front
Do not
page.
talk to anyone
Do
during
not
the
talk
exam.
to anyone during the exam.
If you would like the recording to be louder or quieter, tell your teacher now. The recording will not be stopped while you're doing the exam. Teacher, please give out the question papers.
Please give out the question
And
papers.
when all the candidates are ready
And when
to
all the
start the
candidates
test,
are ready to start
please
the
turn the
test,
recording back
please
on.
turn the recording back on.
Now you're all ready.
Now
Here's the
you're
exam.
Here is the exam.
Questions 1 to 4.
Questions 1 to 4.
You will hear 4 short
You will hear
recordings.
4 short recordings.
Answer each question on the
Answer
line
each
provided.
question on the line
Write
provided.
no more than 3
Write no
words
more
for
than
each
3
detail.
words for each detail.
You will hear each recording
You will hear
twice.
each recording twice.
Question 1.
Question
A.
1. A.
Who did Tom
Who
meet
did
last
Tom
night?
meet last night?
B.
B.
Where did they go?
Where did they go?
Tom, did you enjoy
Tom,
the film last
Did you
night?
enjoy the film
I didn't
last
actually
night?
go to the
I
cinema.
didn't actually go to the cinema.
Suggested
My
seeing the film
sister
together
suggested
at the
seeing the film
weekend.
together.
So did you just stay in?
We decided to go to the gym, but I was on the way there when my cousin called. Do you remember you met her last summer?
Oh yes, she was nice.
Well, she had a spare ticket for a concert, so we went along to that with her. It was brilliant.
Brilliant.
Tom, did you enjoy the
Tom,
film last
Did
night?
you enjoy the
I
film
didn't
last
actually
night?
go to the
I
cinema.
didn't actually go to the cinema.
Suggested seeing
My
the film
sister
together at
suggested
the
seeing the
weekend.
film together at the
So
weekend.
did you just stay in
So
then?
did you
I
just stay in
decided to
then?
go to the gym.
I decided to go
but
to the
I was
gym.
on the way there
But
when
I
my
was on the
cousin
way
called.
there when my
Do you
cousin
remember
called.
you met her last
Do you
summer?
remember you met her
Oh
last
yes,
summer?
she was nice.
Oh yes,
Well,
she was nice.
She had a
Well,
spare ticket for
she
a concert.
had a spare ticket
so I
for a
went along
concert.
to that with her.
So I went along
It was
to that with her.
brilliant.
It was brilliant.
Question 2.
Question 2.
A.
A.
Where does the conversation
Where
take
does the
place?
conversation take place?
B.
B.
What does the woman decide to
What
have?
does the woman decide to have?
Have you decided what you want to eat?
What's the day special?
It's fish and chips.
That sounds nice. What do you think?
Well, I love fish and chips, but I had it last night. I think I'll have the chicken salad.
That sounds tempting. The prawns and perhaps? No, both of us sounds well. I couldn't really thought that it's delicious.
Delicious.
الكويشن هيتكرر دلوقتي.
Have you decided what you want to
You
eat?
decided what you want to eat.
What's the day special?
It's fish and chips.
That sounds nice. What do you think?
Well, I love fish and chips, but I had it last night. I think I'll have the chicken salad.
That sounds tempting. The prawns and perhaps? No, both of us sounds well. I couldn't really thought that it's delicious.
مين بيقول الإجابة؟
No one is.
Question 3.
Question
A.
3. A.
Which university department
Which
would like to
university
have more
department would
women
like to have
students?
more women students?
B. Who
B.
has advised the university
Who has
on
advised
attracting more female students?
Students.
We as a university are proud that we have many female students in departments that are relatively low in other universities. Over 1/3 of our engineering students are women, for example. Or even less than a fourth of the students doing medicine and teachers, and you really begin some useful ideas. We're now going to ask school leaders to fill the questionnaire, and we also plan a series of interviews with our current female students.
Students.
We as a university are proud that we have many female students in departments that are largely male in other universities. Over 1/3 of our engineering students are women, for example. Although roughly half of the students doing medicine and dentistry here are women, the numbers studying architecture are relatively low, at only 5%, and we're keen to improve matters. We've made a start on that, and talking to head teachers, and to really begin some useful ideas. We're now going to ask school leaders to fill the questionnaire, and we also plan a series of interviews with our current female students.
Students.
Question 4.
Question
A.
4. A.
What is the hotel
What is
next
the
to?
hotel next to?
B. Which new activity will be available for hotel guests next year?
Here.
In this program, we are going to tell listeners about a number of places which offer opportunities for weekend breaks. The first one is the Rainbow Hotel. This is in a lovely part of Switzerland. Although it's some distance from the mountains, it has a beautiful location overlooking a lake. It is the ideal place for anyone who's eager for weekend escape from the hustle and bustle of the city. It offers guests a number of activities, from cycling and quad biking to sailing and swimming. This year, pony trekking has proved to be a popular addition to what's on offer, and windsurfing is going to be introduced next June. In this program, we are going to tell listeners about a number of places which offer opportunities for weekend breaks. The first one is the Rainbow Hotel. This is in a lovely part of Switzerland. Although it's some distance from the mountains, it has a beautiful location overlooking a lake. It is the ideal place for anyone who's eager for a weekend escape from the hustle and bustle of the city. It offers guests a number of activities, from cycling and quad biking to sailing and swimming. This year, pony trekking has proved to be a popular addition to what's on offer, and windsurfing is going to be introduced next June.
That is the end of the
That
four
is
short
the end of the
recordings.
4 short recordings.
In a moment, you will
In a
hear
moment,
question
You will
5.
hear question 5.
Now look at the questions for
Now
this
look
part
at the
of
questions for this part of
Please.
She does give us time.
Yeah, she gives you
the
time.
exam.
the exam.
Question 5.
Question 5.
You will hear a talk
You will
about an Italian wood sculptor called Aldo De Luca. Listen to the talk and
Listen to the
complete the
talk
details below.
and complete the details below.
Write 1 or 2
Write
words
1
only
or
in
2
each gap.
words only in each gap. You will hear the talk twice.
I'm here today to tell
I'm
you
here
a little
today
about
to
an
tell you a little
extraordinary
about an
Italian
extraordinary
sculptor
Italian
called
sculptor
Aldo De Luca.
called Aldo De
I
Luca.
discovered him quite by
I
chance.
discovered him quite by chance.
I'd gone to Italy to
I'd
spend
gone
some
to
time
Italy
in
to spend
Florence,
some time
visiting
in
the
Florence,
fascinating art
visiting the
galleries there.
fascinating art galleries there.
While I was there, I decided to go and see Padua before heading back to my everyday life. And while I was there,
And while
I
I was
happened
there,
to come across
I
De
happened to
Luca's
come
showroom.
across DeLuca's
right in the
showroom,
centre of the
right
city.
in the centre of the city.
I'd just been to a museum and was very excited by some of the wonderful modern paintings I'd seen there. Suddenly, I noticed a clothesline hanging across the window of a sculptor's showroom. That's odd, I thought. Why on earth would a sculptor have his T-shirts and socks hanging up to dry in his showroom window? I was curious, and I decided to enter the showroom. Once inside, I saw Aldo DeLuca himself working on carving. He was making a jacket. It was simply beautiful and very realistic. It was only then that I realized that everything in the window of the showroom was actually made of wood. And the coat on Luca Mary was made of wood too. Hers was a hat above it. I had to touch it because it was so hard to believe that all the items I saw around me were actually not real. I got talking to Aldo DeLuca, and he told me that the wood he was using to carve the jacket was walnut. He told me he often uses cherry, which he said was his favourite, and many of his most successful works are made of a type of Italian cream. DeLuca takes much of his inspiration from the ordinary objects we wear or use every day. However, he's also interested in designing pieces that represent abstract ideas. He showed me one of his pieces which he called Happiness. I was really struck by the beauty of this piece. He said he liked working on both types of work equally, as they provide different challenges for him as an artist. I asked him which of the many works of art he's created is his favourite. First, he showed me a work called Raincoat. I really loved it. But then he changed his mind and chose a different work called Relief. He could only show me a photo of that, but it was certainly an impressive piece. My own personal favourite is a wonderful chair with a seat made from a book. That was the intellectual's chair. Although DeLuca mainly makes his sculptures from wood, he also does some pieces in marble. From this material, he makes beautiful items that are used to decorate gardens all over the world. He has also done some work in bronze, but says he is less interested in exploring that as a medium now. I couldn't leave DeLuca's showroom without ordering a piece for my parents. I know they will find his work very beautiful and quite humorous too. What strikes me most about it is its natural appearance. I just can't believe that such things have been made out of such a hard substance as wood. The galleries I saw in Florence were, of course, amazing, but DeLuca's showroom was undoubtedly one of the highlights of my trip to Italy. Now you will hear the talk again. I'm here today to tell you a little about an extraordinary Italian sculptor called Aldo DeLuca. I discovered him quite by chance. I'd gone to Italy to spend some time in Florence, visiting the fascinating art galleries there. While I was there, I decided to go and see Padua before heading back to my everyday life. And while I was there, I happened to come across DeLuca's showroom right in the centre of the city. I'd just been to a museum and was very excited by some of the wonderful modern paintings I'd seen there. Suddenly, I noticed
Suddenly,
a clothesline hanging across the window of a sculptor's showroom. That's odd, I thought.
That's odd,
Why on
I thought.
earth would a sculptor have his T-shirts and socks hanging up to dry in his showroom window? I was curious, and I decided to
enter the showroom. Once inside, I saw Aldo De
working on a
Luca
carving.
himself working on
He
a
was
carving.
making a jacket.
He was making a
It was
jacket.
simply beautiful.
It was simply
and very
beautiful
realistic.
and very realistic.
It was only then that I realised that everything in the window of the showroom was actually made of wood. And a coat on a hook on the wall was made of wood too. As was a hat above it. I had to touch it because it was so hard to believe that all the items I saw around me were actually not real. I got talking to Aldo Da Luca, and he told me that the wood he was using to carve the jacket was walnut. He told me he often uses cherry, which he said was his favourite, and many of his most successful works are made of a type of Italian pine. Takes much of his inspiration from the ordinary objects we wear or use every day. However, he's also interested in designing pieces that represent abstract ideas. He showed me one of his pieces which he'd called Happiness. I was really struck by the beauty of this piece. He said he likes working on both types of work equally, as they provide different challenges for him as an artist. I asked him which of the many works of art he's created is his favourite. He showed me a work called Raincoat. I really loved it. But then he changed his mind and chose a different work called Review. He could only show me a photo of that, but it was certainly an impressive piece. My own personal favourite is a wonderful chair with a seat made from a book. This one's called the Intellectual's Chair. Although Da Luca mainly makes his sculptures from wood, he also does some pieces in marble. From this material, he makes beautiful items that are used to decorate gardens all over the world. He has also done some work in bronze, but says he is less interested in exploring that as a medium now. I couldn't leave Da Luca's showroom without ordering a piece for my parents. I know they will find his work very beautiful and quite humorous too. What strikes me most about it is its natural appearance. You just can't believe that such things have been made out of such a hard substance as wood. The galleries I saw in Florence were, of course, amazing, but Da Luca's showroom was undoubtedly one of the highlights of my trip to Italy.